All right, driving the culture forward. This is HYPEBEAST Radio. We're live here at the HYPEBEAST Hotel, Palm Springs, sitting here with Rhuigi of RHUDE. So first off, you know, how's it going? What brings you down here?
Jigga. Yeah, we here. My partner's here for his artists, so we're just hanging out, chilling with HYPEBEAST, you know?
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, first off, I just really want to get into, you know, like you starting up RHUDE. You know, it seems like just like this year, within this past year, it's like you're doing collaborations and stuff with Essence. You know, it's at Barney's now.
Very
like, you know,
crazy.
starting from doing like, you know, pre-orders to where you are now, like, like, can you talk about more about that process?
Well, yeah, this year I think if it kind of like catapulted, or I guess whatever I just built the foundation upon, started just building. Yeah, I just stood to the vision. I didn't really ride anyone's wave. I kind of just did what I had to do, and I just dealt with life, and I just designed through that, you know. And I guess it appealed to people, and I'm lucky because, you know, basically just storytelling.
Yeah.
And most of it's like all like relationship shit. So.
Yeah. So how would you like, you know, define the story of RHUDE? Like, where does it sit for you in like the fashion space?
Oh man, well the clothes are like obviously sat next to like luxury clothes, but I see it as more like a, I don't know. I'm more concerned about leaving like a legacy and like what's a company built within our generation, within our time. You know, it's when we're like 40 or something. We look back on like, you know, I'm sure when Givenchy was made, you know, that was a whole era in itself, and they could, whatever, you know, with passing, it's like, oh, okay, that was built within that time. And, you know, with the world being so fast-paced and just kind of instant, I'm a little worried on, you know, if we're able to do that now. So I'm trying to defy that by creating basically a company that will withstand the test of time, and, you know, hopefully it will. But yeah.
You mentioned that like it's the story of like relationships and stuff. Could you talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, well, when I was making clothes, during the beginning, I think I was trying to appeal more to what people wanted rather than what it was really for me and what my mission was. So, you know, I did this collection called SUGARLAND, and it was more personal. It was like whether either I be a SoundCloud rapper and like write songs, or I make clothes that I, you know, pertain to like all the experiences that I've had, like all disastrous experiences. And yeah, it's kind of funny how like people just gravitate to like sorrows, you know. It's like the easiest way to like, who hasn't really dealt with problems? Like everyone has, and I feel like everyone just kind of somehow finds like a channel through, you know, my stories. So
you like to create using all that, like you kind of like channel that into.
Yeah, I just yeah, like I don't know, like the SUGARLAND like font and all that was like, you know, I never really told anyone, but I was seeing a girl, didn't want her to smoke cigarettes. So I was like, I'm going to fucking design a whole collection built upon cigarettes and all of this entire thing. SUGARLAND's like a city in Texas that we had talked about going and all that. So I just, you know, just created all of it, and I shared it to the world.
So like talking more about like, you know, SUGARLAND, like I really like the concept behind that one. Like I saw like an interview that you did where you were talking about how it was like about a kid that like grew up in SUGARLAND, Texas, joined the army, came back, like, you know, had PTSD and stuff, and then like that really inspired like never being able to get out of SUGARLAND. It
has it always has like an underlying like story with like personal issues. So again, it's like exactly like that kid was actually, I think, sort of me. Yeah. And I channeled it to like what, I don't know, I think the real problem in America is just like a kid that can't get out. Yeah. You know, I'm pretty sure like there's viewers for HYPEBEAST that are like Midwest or something that like, you know, will never ever get to see anything. So I was like, all right, let's tell a story about that.
Right. So mentioning like, you know, saying that you felt like connected to that kid that you portrayed for like, you know, SUGARLAND, like, you know, where did you start? Like, what was the beginning for you?
I didn't grow up with a lot of money. I came here. My parents took us from the Philippines. I couldn't get a job because of like legal issues that I was, you know, allowing me to. So I was like, I need to help my parents. So one day I made this T-shirt that was like bandana, and man, that created the whole entire brand. And I didn't want to be like Just a trend. So I
Like a
figured,
one-trick pony.
yeah, one trick pony, and I had a vision for something bigger. So I was like, okay, we could slow it down or just ride it out till we die. So I'm like, I'm gonna slow it down and create a whole nother thing. So yeah.
I think one thing that I really like about RHUDE is that it's really helping push like this new California lifestyle narrative. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Like I think like you and Jerry Lorenzo at Fair God really do that, where it's like it's beyond style. It's now like like a lifestyle. It's not something that you can just throw on and it can be like it.
And it's crazy because all of design right now is happening in LA.
Yeah.
Because I think there's always a 10-year shift, whether it be New York or LA, New York, LA, and right now it's LA. But not necessarily saying that the door is open, but it's like, it's not that serious. Like we can get shit done in like our own pace, and I think that's where we're at right now.
Let's talk about like getting shit done in LA, because I mean like I went into Patron of the New like recently, and like was able to touch like a Sugarland. Yeah, was able to like
shout out Waz too.
Shout out
Waz.
No way.
Don't you
I had
ever
to do that.
Don't you ever.
I
Yeah.
had to do that.
Wow.
So
Very
so I was
rare.
like able to touch like able to feel a Sugarland shirt, and it's like just talking about like how you sun dry everything.
I California sun dry it. So I graduated really, really high in my high school.
Yeah.
Had a whole high school speech, and I formulated this chemical that you put onto a T-shirt, and it's like you put it out, it alters the color, it alters the feel,
Yeah.
and then boom. So it's kind of like a little science project that I did that you're not supposed to do on clothes. That I was like, okay, cool. It's like how when I used to paint, I would do mixed medium stuff. Try to test out things that wouldn't work and what wouldn't, and did it on clothes, and now people love it, and we have headaches delivering it.
Yeah. I mean, so like, again, like touching on early on about like, your story, how like it started from pre-orders to being like where you are now. Do you feel like, I mean, obviously you'd have to feel like it's easy to do for like kids, like you can do it too, not necessarily easy, but if you put your like, your drive and your ambition behind it, you can just do it.
You have like an honest mission,
Yeah.
and you're doing it for a bigger purpose rather than just, I want to make clothes and I want to be, I mean, you could probably do that. There's different avenues for different people, but if you wanted to build something long-standing and that could potentially change the culture, gotta give a fuck a little bit, So
Yeah.
It's good to know somebody gives a fuck.
Yeah, you gotta give a fuck. 'Cause, it's like it starts from such a small dot and it just bleeds out, and that's what I think is. When I talk about it to my boys about the culture, it's really what it is. It starts from such a small circle and it just like spreads
around the
out.
world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's very crazy to me.
Yeah.
So like, how are you using RHUDE to really like spread out California lifestyle across like the world?
So again, I needed an outlet for all my creative, views. So I'm thinking, film, even paintings to clothes, just anything that I think I'm extremely passionate about and talented. Because what is it? What's his name from New York? The biggest investor, Buffett. Warren Buffett said, you only do what is it? You only play the game you're gonna win at, or something like that. So I only play to win.
Yeah.
So I only do all the things I'm good at.
Word. What kind of collaborations do you have coming down the pipeline? Like aside from the film stuff, are you allowed to talk about anything?
In that sense, like we just saw, like
we got a Sense collaboration. We got an Off-White RHUDE thing that we're gonna do. Got that shit in the Uber right now on the way to Palm
Literally
Springs.
parked over there.
Yeah. No, like I made the samples in LA, so I Ubered it because I had to dip out. So I'm like, yo, let's just Uber it.
Yeah.
It's in a box. We're ready to roll it out and take a photo for the culture.
One time. Yeah.
But yeah.
For sure. So I mean, one thing I wanted to touch on, before we wrap up is your latest collection, MOTORPSYCHO.
Oh man.
Yeah. And then like, you having like a love for motorcycle culture as well.
Yeah.
What's the sorrow behind that one?
Yeah.
My father used to take me on a bike to school when we were younger, and I would sit on the front where you would put the gas tank, and that was like one of my sweetest memories ever, because I would look down and I would just see roads pass. Like I never actually told anyone this shit, but I would see roads pass, and I don't know, it was just cool. Like my dad used to pack the motorcycle with like my mom, my sister. But I mean,
No
the
way.
front. Yeah,
Like
it was.
everybody, like,
Yeah, it was
packing
on
the
some
whole thing.
Filipino shit, And yeah, I just wanted to share a part of that into this story. And I twisted it to, like, again, another love story of, like, you know, I think so much of my old collection has been about, like, heartaches, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, I'm not really that heartbroken, you know? I'm hanging out, so I wanted to do something for the players. So we got MOTORPSYCHO.
Definitely.
The feel-good collection.
Yeah, that off-white RHUDE, you know?
Off-white RHUDE on the way.
Word.
Heard it here first. Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah. Before closing, wrapping up, is there like any
Do you have
words
anything
of
you want to
inspiration
tell
for,
kids
like,
that might be looking up to you, kind of like hypebeast readers? You want to say anything to the comments section?
I'm sorry about delivery. We'll get it. We'll fix it. We'll fix the delivery. You know,
Yeah, well, a lot of kids do comment about.
Yeah,
it.
you know
all
what?
the time, yeah.
This is a thing. I think a problem that needs to be talked about. It's about you either go to school for business,
Yeah.
or you go to school for design. If you don't do both, or if you don't have someone that can handle business correctly, you're gonna run through like growing pains. And
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at. You know, it's like we're so used to delivering at a pace that we were before, and you know, like as we progress, you know, more people want it, and
Yeah.
obviously it's a growing problem of, you know, supply and demand. And I guess it's just whether you fix it or you don't. And
Yeah.
I think that's where we're at. And knowing
Are you
me,
fixing it?
I don't back down.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. You know, I got a family to not to provide to, but to prove something to.
Word.
Yeah.
Because you know, we brought here for a purpose.
Word.
Yeah.
The deliveries are on the way.
Deliveries are on the motherfucking way, and we gonna get it right. Am I supposed to be looking at the camera this whole time?
No. It's totally fine to have a conversation.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, dude, we just want to thank you for coming out, for sitting
Yeah,
down,
thanks
for
telling
coming
the
out,
stories,
man,
man.
definitely.
Really.
Of course, it would have been nice with Jerry. You're fucking late, bro.
Yeah.
Fear of fucking God.
Maybe next time.
Yeah. Maybe next time. Yeah. Next time we throw the hotel.
to have both of us.
That's what we were trying to do. That was the original
Yeah.
idea.
Got the blonde hair, and you got the braids. Would be all California.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
so
for sure.
California.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Alright.
next time.
Alright.
Jerry, answer your emails.
Text messages
Jerry,
too.
Text me back. Speaking of text me back, I sent this girl 250 roses, and all I said was text me back.
Really? That was on the card?
That was my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
Oh.
Was it the one that like you made the T-shirts for, like the smoking?
MOTORPSYCHO is, yeah.
The MOTORPSYCHO is.
Wow.
I
Oh
was
man.
like, oh, that's kind of tight. So. Yeah,
How can you
so-
like look at that collection and not text someone
How
back?
can you see 250? Have you seen 250 roses before, bro? That's
The whole kitchen.
It's a
The whole
fucking lot of
kitchen. It's a
roses,
Tumblr
man.
pic.
I
It's
saw
a-
the bill too. I was like, what the fuck? I could have just bought a whole
One
bag.
row.
You know? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Rose-
Stupid.
the rose market is nuts these
All I
days.
got was an email saying thank you for the flowers.
No
I was
way.
like,
No
The
way.
email, she kept it
Delivery's
very-
on the way.
Deliveries on the
Formal.
way, and the flowers.
Word.
And the flowers are on the way.
Man,
Yeah.
pleasure, guys.
Yeah, thank you for
Pleasure.
sitting down, man. Really,
All right.
pleasure meeting you.